Hello everyone, this is Outrun for the Turbo RCC. Today I'm going to show you basically how to put an HRC on a car for the first tutorial for the Turbo RCC. So first you have to have your car with your wheels separated. I will make a tutorial on how to import from Assetto Corsa, but I think I might do it later, I don't know. This one might be the first one you will see, but it's the most important one because it's just how you make your car work. So first off, you want to open your toolbox and find an A chassis tune. So you search A chassis, and you usually want that 1.5 V2 version. It says it in here, so that's 1.5 2.1, so that's a good one. But me, on that case, I will use a different one that's tuned for drifting. So you get your chassis like that. Let's bring that car up a little bit. So what I did already before the video is in the car, I grouped the wheels. So that's the steering wheel. I grouped the wheels, and so I named the front left one FL, front right FR, rear left RL, and rear right RR. And now that I grouped them, it's going to be easier to get them in the car and stuff. So you want to get the origin position of the car to paste it in the HRC tune origin position. And what I like to do when I do an HRC is I take those transparent wheels, put them to 1.5 and put them in white. That way I can really see what I'm doing. So I will now open that and take the front left wheel. You gotta make sure your pivot point is at the center of the wheel. If it's not, you can just ungroup, regroup, rename it front left, and the pivot point will be in the middle. That way, when you copy origin and paste it in the HRC front left wheel, origin, always put it in origin, because if you don't, the suspension will not move with it, and that will break the car. So now that we did that, we can scale the wheel. So what you do is you hold Control and you scale the wheel, and once it's like coming out like that a bit, and like we're going to step it up a little bit like that, for example, it's pretty nice. You want to copy the size and undo, so it goes back to the normal size, which should be around 2.4. It should be a 2.4, and then that you can just select all the wheels and Control V, paste, and that's your wheel size. Why do you do that? Because if you just size the wheel, you will size the suspension with it. But since you will paste the size into the other ones, the car will be like, the suspension will be all scuffed and it won't be flat. So now that your wheel is at the right size and position around the wheel, you will just push it in until, like, at the most you can, until you see the wheel come out, and you just put it one out, and so that way it's inside. Also, one tip for movement in Studio: when you go to model, I check move, and I put it to 0.01 studs. Right, so now you take FR and copy origin and do the same thing. Now that it's the right size, so you just need to push it in and one out. Like that. Same thing for the rear ones, which I might actually rear. Like that. Oh, they're a bit too up. I will fix that later, but I don't really care. For now, it's just for the tutorial. So copy the origin position again and paste in origin position. And same thing. Put it in and one out. Last one. Also, you have to make sure that everything in your car basically has to be can collide checked off and anchored checked. That way your car will not have any problem with your A chassis. There we go. So now everything is placed. So I can just take front left, put it in front left parts. And one thing I did not mention is your brake caliper here. That's that thing. You take it out and put it in wheel fixed. That will basically, it will turn with the wheel and it will stay with the wheel and move with the suspension, but it will not rotate. So that was front left. Now front right. Parts and same thing. You take the caliper and put it in wheel fixed. That was front right. Rear left goes in rear left. So you do that for all your wheels. That's the last one. There we go. And now you can just select those wheels. I like to put it back to black and put it to transparency 1. Now you take the car body, put it in body, and let's just position that drive seat a little bit. There we go. And put it to transparency 1. There you go. That should be a driving car. Let's test it. Now it's spawned in with the wheels. Great. And if we try... Great, it works. The wheels are not wobbling because it's nice and centered, because we copied and pasted the position, and we have a working car. If you wonder how to make, like, you see me, the car is a bit like the wheels go through the fender here. So that's when you want to add camber, or to just tuck in the wheels. But for this one, I'm gonna add camber. So for the rear wheels, so R camber, that's a rear camber, I'm going to put just -1 to test, and front, we will test with -1, 2, and you just put it to whatever number you want and try. -1 seems to be good for the rear. Let's test it with the squat or the acceleration. It's going through. So we will add more camber. And you basically do that until you're satisfied with how the car sits. You can also change up the suspension, make it ride higher, stuff like that. It still goes a bit through, and the front wheels are going through. So more, I think for the front we can add like, so about 3 for the rear, and let's do 5 for the front. So that part is really like test and try and go back and fix it, and basically you just do that again and again until you're satisfied. So rear is good. What about the front when we brake? It's not going through. A little bit. And there is going through, but that's not really a matter because, yeah, alright. So, oh, it's really low. What you can do if you want to change the car height easily, I just like to raise it up a little bit. If you don't want to have to change the suspension stuff, I just raise it up, and when you will spawn it, it's gonna be sitting higher. There you go. It's a bit high for my taste. Oh. Let's test that one. Okay, I like that. So there you go, that's how you do it. And one last thing for your HRC setup, that's all your like settings kind of. So that's downforce front. I'm just I put it to like the front lip of the car. The first thing that comes out, I put that little point around the front lip. If you one tip, if you see through a model as you want, like you don't want, you just select it and check double-sided. So now downforce rear, I just put it to like the rear bumper or rear wing. Actually, I might just put it to that wing there. Drag, it's gonna be your wind resistance. Engine, you put it to where your engine sits, because the weight matters a little bit, but it does matter. And exhaust, that one you want to move it because that's where your engine sounds come out from, like your exhaust sounds come out from. So that's why I always put it to the tip of my exhaust. There you go, that's a tuned car. Not tuned, but walking car. I will do a tutorial on how to change the sounds too, but that's basically how you make a HRC work with a imported car. That's from Aston Corsa, by the way. Imported car from Aston Corsa. Can't pronounce. Oh. But there you go. Cars walking. Really nice. Not going through the fender anymore. Very nice. One other thing, you can just open the HRC tune and like read at all that stuff. If you know about car stuff, you will know what that means. Like you can change the car power, the turbo stuff, all of that. You can just read what it does, like how it's named, tune up like diff power, like TCS traction control. You can just read all of that and like try some stuff and see what it does. But that will be it for that tutorial. Really quick, really easy to do. If you have any questions, you are free to like post your comments and ask whatever you did not understand or did understand. If you like want, I don't care, you can. And yeah, we will see next time how to do the sound suits, how to add sound suits to the HRC, how to change the car sounds. And the video after will be how to import from Assetto Corsa. But yeah, tell me what you think, if you have any questions, and see you next time.